Yeah, we got it.
Oh, okay. Um, so, um, last session, um, God, what happened last session? You guys, return. That's when after the fight with Herrick, you guys returned to town, um, and you all, um, talked some things through, tried to figure out the next step of your plan. Tauchi was getting this pull, but didn't understand quite where it was coming from. And you guys decided to stay at the Crystal Cata rooms, where in the morning you encountered Ella again, Arvine's friend, and she seemed to be doing all right. She was helping work with the new construction downwards into Lake Laogai, and Tauchi's pull towards the Fire Nation capital specifically. Um, Tauchi got a dream of Herrick traveling, and then when he woke up, the pull became more prominent in a more specific direction, and then you guys decided to take Scooter and send the Sodomobile over to the Fire Nation capital. And when you arrived, everyone seemed to recognize you. It seems that the Spirit Warriors have gained in popularity. There is a bit of a paparazzi at your arrival. Calden was able to hide behind Aki, so she wasn't in any of the pictures. But you arrived and got a note from one of the important looking people that you were invited to stay at the Fire Nation Palace by the royal family. Um, and when you arrived there, you saw the Fire Lord, who isn't a woman, it's a man. I got that wrong last time, I apologize. And his son. And that's where we left off. And they're both waiting for your arrival. Scooter left to go chill in one of the mountain caves where they keep the dragons.
Good for him.
um
Oh, muted. Are we in front of the Fire Lord right now?
yes.
Okay. Fire Lord. What's his name?
Iroh.
Fire Lord Iroh. We just arrived here recently. We found out a lot of the Southern Water Tribe has taken refuge in your city.
Yes, they have. Chief Tonrak is staying near in the Fire Nation Palace, but the refugees are being kept in our refugee center. Did you have any family members there?
Oh,
I didn't, but yeah, Haru did over here.
yeah, most of my family's there. The ones that aren't missing.
Well, we can get you over there after we get you settled here. We wanted to invite you to our banquet tonight, seeing as how you are our very esteemed guests.
Well, that sounds nice.
What time should we be ready?
It's already messed up time. Sundown.
Sure. That
Okay.
sounds excellent. Thank you so much for your hospitality.
Alright. I will show you to my rooms, to your rooms. And he starts
Oh.
walking. As he goes inside, several of the guard kind of surround everybody. Um, Just for protection, not because they think that you're shady or anything. Maybe one of you. Um. Uh. Yeah, he starts leading you through the palace. Um. There's a lot of halls, so it can get kind of confusing as to where you're going if you don't live here. Um, but he starts leading you. There's even like a map in some sections. He's very quiet. Doesn't like talking unless addressed to. His voice is very similar to Zuko's. And he starts. The only thing that he does tell you is where the bathrooms are, where the kitchens are, and where you can find him, which is in the main palace area. Um, and he leads you to the guest quarters and says that Chief Tonrak is in this room, although I would knock before entering. Your rooms are right next to him, and he starts pointing at two rooms. Um, the inside the two rooms, there's plenty of beds for everybody to have their own. It's not like it doesn't have a lot. It's not large, but it is extravagant in the small space that there is. Um, Lots of silk sheets, um, ornated in gold. There's a fireplace. Like it's fancy. Um, uh, and then he kind of just bows and exits the room and kind of nudges at his son to introduce himself as he's leaving.
Hello. It's an honor to meet you, spirit warriors. I'm Prince Lutien. You can call me, Tien.
Hi,
Yeah.
Dan.
Hello, Tien.
Uh-huh.
Is your name Al?
I hurt myself.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Do we have time before the banquet? Like before
Yeah.
sundown?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was morning when you arrived, so
Gotcha.
it's nearing late morning by now.
So you guys dig in the palace?
Yeah, it's yeah.
It's very fancy. I've never stayed in one before.
Well, good news you get to.
So what else goes on throughout the city? Any hot spots?
Oh, I know. Oh, there are
Get it?
some great places to go. I could show you around if you wanted.
That'd be great.
Cool. Do you guys want to like set up in your rooms first, and I'll wait here, like, or do you want to go now?
Adam throws a single duffel bag onto a bed, and that's
Alright, well, she's my favorite so far.
Well, there's not much for us here until later, so
Alright, yeah, let's go, guys.
Oh, I'm Aki. I'm down.
Thanks, Aki.
Welcome. My Aki voice on. I'm down.
Aki.
oh,
um,
I'm ready to go.
Sure.
All right, well, if everyone's ready, I'm I'm not even gonna tell anyone I'm leaving. Let's just go, ladies.
Okay.
What?
Out
You're
to
just gonna
the
start
I mean-
walking.
yeah.
Okay. Well, you're gonna get stopped by a couple cars. They're like, do you need transportation, sir?
Do you guys want to walk or?
No, okay.
No.
Yeah, we'll take
Or not.
a,
feel like
a
we
car.
walked enough.
Yeah, we'll take
Okay.
a car.
All right. And they call, and a limousine comes up. Sonomobile incorporated limousine. Some of the guards get into the back, and there's a driver that waves at you and comes out to open the door for you all.
This is pretty schmanchy.
It's
And
nice,
Tauchi
right?
saying this.
Ooh, Tauchi. I think they have snacks. Do you want any?
Yes.
Okay, once I get inside the Satomobile, I dig around in one of those little side compartments and pull out some snacks.
Oh. Well, am I
There's
to
some
do
of those. Oh, there's some of those fire flakes, the flaming fire flakes.
Oh,
Oh, I'll
dear.
take some of those.
We have
I'd try
spicy,
it.
extra spicy, and flaming hot. What do you want?
Oh, flaming hot for sure.
Okay.
A spicy.
I'll take a spicy too.
Who took the flaming hot?
Kanja.
Kanja, roll a Constitution saving
Oh,
throw.
Lord.
Oh, you're
Oh.
fine.
Okay.
It's a little spicy.
So, is there anywhere in particular you'd want to see?
I know about nothing in this place.
Oh, okay. Fun. God, you know I don't
So-
know anything about the Fire Nation.
Yeah. Okay. So there's the Royal Plaza, which is more of like a sightseeing area that you can take them through. There's the actual city itself that has a lot of like touristy merchant areas. There's a huge theater. There's some arcades, a really large library. There's also the area closer to the harbor, which is more of the industrial sector, where there's a lot of underlying criminal activity. This is where Zuko hired the Combustion Man in the series. And then like closer to the palace itself, there's a lot of the bougie places. There's like mansions as well as the like upper class restaurants, the where they feed you like 2 bites of something and it's worth 100 gold kind of thing. But yeah, there's pretty much everything in the main touristy city area. And then there's like a little fishing quaint place towards the harbor.
Let's do all of the touristy things first. We're going on an adventure.
Okay. So the car takes you to look at around the palace, the royal plaza. This was the site of the eclipse fight. They have a lot of memorabilia of the battle. There's a statue of Aang here. And there's a lot of other fancy looking cars driving towards the palace as you guys are kind of milling around it. It seems like the guests for the banquet later are arriving. Um, and then the car takes you more into the inner city, and drops you off towards the center of it. Think of it kind of like a Hollywood Boulevard situation. There's a lot of people there trying to sell you something. Um, there's a lot of places that you can go into to buy like little souvenirs and stuff. And um, this is where all the arcades are, and the main theater. Um, there's a lot of kids kind of running around. Um, I will say, uh, see. Everyone roll me a perception check.
Oh, that was a You know what? It's
Why are
fine.
you
I
whispering?
didn't mean to. I forgot.
It's
Um,
secret hours.
this is for
It was a
Aki.
19.
Oh,
Oh, we share.
okay. So, can you stop doing that, please?
What?
Sorry, it's my brother in the other room.
Oh.
I thought you were yelling at like Sonic or something.
Yeah.
No. So, called in. I swear to God. Give me a second.
Calden, what did you do?
Calden finna die.
So what's it like being spirit warriors? You guys having as much fun as you can while saving the world, or?
You could say that.
It's hard.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
One of us get possessed every so often when we're just trying to save people.
Yeah, I was never told about that, and I've only been here for like 3 days, and I didn't realize what I was saying. But it's fine.
And you're still here, so
I'm sure I am.
What?
Okay.
Hey, you interrupted NPC time.
Oh, I'm sorry. The perception checks. Okay. Calden, you think everything looks really great. It's pretty
Cool.
fancy.
Love that.
There's a sort of like outside stage that people were performing at, but are no longer performing there, as the crowd is kind of dispersing. Kaja, Tauchi, and Sonic. Why did I Haru? You all notice that the crowd kind of seems to be following this one particular person around, but it's hard to see exactly who it is. The prince and Aki both see the boy around your age walking down the road, being followed by paparazzi, and is very cocky. Um, he's got his long hair flowing in the wind, signing autographs. He's got a sword on his side, and he's wearing a metallic glove with a belt.
I feel like I shouldn't have to ask, but do I recognize it?
Yeah.
Do we recognize him?
Well, you didn't see him.
Well,
Aki did. Aki does not recognize this man's.
Is he like far away? Can I call to him? Is he too far now?
You can call to him. He's not entirely far.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna go call to him and walk up to him.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Um,
follow because
How are you addressing him?
Hey, rat, what's up?
He's gonna groan and start
calling him a
walking in
rat?
the other direction.
Did you call him a rat? Who is that?
Yeah, his name is Ratna. It's my best friend.
He didn't seem very excited to see you.
He doesn't like that I call him Rat, but he needs to hear it every once in a while. Rat, come back, man, come on!
He kind of just stops walking and just goes, ugh, then turns around. Now that the crowd is kind of dispersing, he has a little robot companion following him. It's kind of a mix, kind of like a bigger Wally. Is what he looks like. And this is
Hi, rat. I like your robot friend.
Ratna. He's
Oh.
he's a little twink
He
bitch.
has,
With long
Zuko in the
hair.
recap episode hair.
And now that he's closer, let's see. Haru is the only one besides Aki that would notice that he has the mark on his hand. His free hand, the one that isn't covered by the glove.
That was Sarah saying that, not
Oh. Well,
What's your robot's name?
He doesn't have a name. He's just a robot.
So mean. You should name him. Robots are people too.
Right. Who are these people?
What if
Your
you named
Majesty?
Mal? 'Cause you are
Did
the
you forget
rat,
my
and
name?
these are people-
Shang.
No, I was trying to think of how he would address you.
God, so
Snarky, Your Majesty.
Well, these are the spirit warriors.
Oh. That's exciting.
I'm gonna call him Mouse. Because you're the rat.
oh.
Can I like can I like nudge Calvin? Like shut up please.
I'm gonna point to his hand and be like, so do you fight spirits too?
No.
None of them have any tact.
What? Where'd you get that mark?
Where did you get that sword? That's a
Same
cool
place that you did.
Oh.
So are you saying you just do nothing with it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's. I mean, I guess.
I'm not gonna risk my life for the end of the world. The world's already ending, I might as well enjoy it.
Oh.
Well then maybe that mark should have gone to someone else. But
Sonic, what is your father doing?
He's playing music. And I can't do anything about it.
Oh, Rat. If only you were helpful.
If only you weren't a rat. Well, if that's all you wanted me for, I'll be leaving now.
Aw, come on, not even a hug?
No. And he starts walking away.
Alright, see you at the banquet, Rat!
See you. His little robot waves at all of you, and then
Bye now.
goes back to following him. Alright. So, you're now in the touristy area. Is there anything you all wanted to do before the banquet, or did you guys want to skip to the banquet?
Can I buy some nice clothes for the banquet?
Yeah.
Shopping is always fun.
You can buy some nice clothes. How nice? What's your budget here?
What are the options? Like, are we talking like an old Navy, an H&M, a Zara?
um,
A fantasy
Gap.
clears,
there's a
perhaps?
lot of options here.
Guess, you know, how pricey are we going?
So you got the money for this? You need some help?
Well, I don't know
There-
about you guys, but
There's the high end stores where all the noble shops that are closer to the fire palace. In the touristy area, there's more of like the H&M you know
So I'm going there. I don't know about you
area.
guys.
You know, buy a tux, some fancy clothes.
yeah, fancy
Yeah.
clothes.
Okay.
Can I have a vest?
Just
yeah.
the vest.
Just the vest, or
You know, instead of getting like a suit because that's too much, we're just gonna get like a vest outfit.
okay.
I'm
He
aware
just
that
puts
you're
a
guests.
vest over his normal outfit.
I'll say in the touristy area, the vest would cost 5 gold. And then for the full fancy outfit, would range between 10 to 15. 10 to 15 gold, depending on like how much accessories you want and whatnot.
So I'm just gonna spend 20 gold.
Okay.
I know what Kaja would want, and that's one of those like white blouses, right? That look very pirate-ish, but like they're still very like nice and expensive almost, you know? Yeah.
To fit her aesthetic,
Yeah,
right?
to fit her aesthetic.
Some slacks, maybe.
Yeah, not buttoned up all the way, but
Right,
still
right.
buttoned up. Yeah.
Okay. Aki's gonna get a dress.
I think I'm just getting like a standard, modern but still form-fitting and functional.
Okay. That'll be 12 gold. And then Kaja, that would just be 10 for you. And
Okay.
then Aki is gonna spend 10 on her dress. So that's all she's getting.
Can I buy a monocle?
Sure. An extra gold.
Okay, done.
Calden, are you not gonna buy any fancy clothes?
I want to pay for
No,
Calden's
Calden's
outfit.
Okay.
Calden doesn't really shop.
Right.
She's not a material girl.
But you're going to a fancy banquet.
Yeah, she's just gonna wear her regular.
Okay.
She said, I'm not like the other girls.
Okay, she
Okay.
buys. What would she buy? Because she has no idea how fat works.
Ooh, can I get you a fancy necklace? Not even that fancy,
I
just
trust
like a
you.
nice necklace.
I trust you completely, Tian.
Tien is about to do a makeover, but a polite one, on Calvin.
Okay.
Polite.
Gotta keep to that
well-
flowy aesthetic, he understands.
Tien can get some pretty fancy flowy aesthetic. If he so wants to, considering that whenever he goes into stores, he just gets offered things for free.
We'll go decently fancy, but not overbearing. I don't feel like Cowden's that kind of gal. The
Okay.
most
feel like
fancy
Cowden
thing
would
on her
spill
is the
something.
necklace.
Okay.
I feel like Cowden will spill something within like 5 seconds on all over it.
That's fine.
Okay.
We can clean that up.
Okay, cool. Then go wild. Go for it.
Alright. So you do some shopping. I'm assuming you guys eat at some point throughout the day. Roll me some general perception checks, please. Ooh.
Wow.
Hey, I have eyes. This is my city.
Why is Cowden like this? She just notices nothing.
She's having a good time, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, Aki's rolling so well. Okay.
It's rigged.
The power of God.
Haru, where are your
Ooh.
eyes?
Okay. So, oh, how do I rule that? Okay. You guys, don't notice anything.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Not even Tia? Tia?
Nope.
Oh, don't like that.
Whatever it was, rolled 25, so
Oh, just out of my vision.
just out of your vision, unfortunately.
Was that the wind?
Yeah.
Could have sworn I
You feel,
saw.
you feel like a gust of wind behind you. You're not sure exactly what it is, and when you turn around, there's nothing there.
I just see one of the
Um,
palace guards standing there. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just looking at you weird, like what the fuck. Okay, so, nearing to the end, the guards would take you back to the palace in order to get ready for the banquet. So you can have your get ready sesh, all the girls in one bathroom.
All the boys in another.
Yeah, very High School
But wait,
Musical
Tiana's gonna
sequence.
be makeovering me. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Right.
I've got this. We went to my private room, my bedroom.
Oh,
It's fine.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh,
It's fine. I'm
Um,
gay. She's a lesbian.
yeah.
Nothing is happening.
It's called solidarity.
Yeah.
Iroh comes back to fetch you. He's in his more fancy clothes, wearing the crown on his head, with the long coat that's dragging on the floor. And he says hello and to meet in this area of the castle in an hour, which is where the banquet will be taking place. He also explains that this is in celebration of the anniversary of the end of the 100-Year War. So it's towards the end of summer now. But if you're keeping track of the time. And then he leaves to go address his guest because he has to be there first, obviously. And then there are guards that will escort you to it whenever you guys are ready. Is there anything you wanted to do beforehand?
I think I'm good.
I mean, there's always like getting ready bonding. Like,
What? Did I miss
Oh,
anything?
Getting ready bonding? We love that.
Getting ready bonding.
Haru, check me out. I'm putting on a tux.
Ooh.
We
Why am
love
I-
that.
Why am I watching you put on a tux?
Because you're all in one
We're
bathroom.
bonding.
Yeah.
Oh.
we're getting ready for the banquet.
Wow.
been a while since I won one of these.
Calden, this outfit looks so nice on you.
Thank you. I have no idea what any of this means.
I thought it was just her regular outfit.
I have given her a makeover. I have
Oh.
spent money on Calden.
Are you sure this goes on this part of my body?
Yes, I am at least 98% sure this goes on that part of your body.
Okay, cool.
Kaja is just kind of like, should I button this up all the way, or should I not? She's just like doing it and then undoing it.
No.
I'm contemplating if I should bring my nose or not.
I think you should leave it.
I'll leave it in my pocket.
Yeah, that's a good compromise.
I hate this.
I just hope it doesn't honk during dinner.
You sit down and
I
you
just
just
sit
hear a
down.
honk. Everyone's like, who, is there a clown? Hello? Alright, let's go, Calden. I think you're done here.
Alright. Cool.
And then I lock arms with Calden and we fucking just go down the hallway to the girls' bathroom.
Okay. There are the guards there to escort you.
Is there like a red carpet?
Of course.
Yes,
we make
it is the
best red-
Fire Nation.
Yeah.
All of the carpets are red.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Is there
Um,
like a gold carpet to like give us some balance?
Like a
Um,
special carpet.
No, yeah, sure.
Okay.
There's a camera towards the front with a carpet. where
There's
you
a
can take
camera?
pictures.
Like
yeah.
prom?
Should-
What the fuck?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
yeah.
should we have like dates?
Well, I've got my
I-
date, I guess.
Oh no.
We do that really awkward like prom pose, but Calvin's on the outside. Like,
Yeah.
There is currently a Miss Asami Sato taking her picture.
Asami?
Yeah, all the
We should
important
go
people
say
are
hello.
here.
I mean, maybe not when she's getting attacked by photos.
And she's taking pictures, and then she
is
moves
there
on
a
into the
table
room.
with Food.
Well, you haven't made it into the room yet. You asked for the golden carpet, and so I gave you the golden carpet.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
hey Tauchi, pretend to be my date.
Alright.
Okay.
Now you have to walk the golden carpet.
Well, grab my arm.
Yeah.
Calvin and Tian are still like hand in hand, like arm in arm.
Yeah, we're-
like marching down the carpet.
It's like, do you
Wow.
wanna
We're
take a
having
picture,
great
Calvin?
time. Is it gonna be in any newspapers or anything?
I am the prince, so it's a
Yes.
50-50. Yeah, probably.
Well,
Well-
you know what? Let's do it.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
Kaja will not be looping arms or anything like that with Aki, but she will take photos with her.
Okay. They will ask for all the spirit warriors to be in one photo together. Because you're all
Oh.
very important.
Celebrities. Do we have like stands?
Yeah. Someone
Oh.
faints.
I wish I had a
Uh,
picture of Arvin's head.
Just hold up Sally, that's RV now.
Aki does not like the pictures. She's not smiling in any of
I
them.
mean, Kaja probably isn't either.
But
Calvin
as
kind
soon
of
as
looks out of it in every single picture. Like she's never ready for one of them. And she always looks like she's just
She's like-
about to like move
She's
away.
like blinking in every
Yeah.
photo.
Haru's picture perfect, ready for all of them.
oh, okay.
There's a camera and he's ready.
She looks contemplative if I should take their nose out or not.
You have to do one
no.
picture with the nose.
Yeah, at least one.
One
know-
serious, one goofy.
You know, in Monsters Inc., when like Mike was always cut out of the photos or like blocked somehow,
Yeah.
that's called it. Like, there's just like something in the way, or like
Yeah.
After the golden carpet, you guys are put into the banquet room. It is the previous war room from the show. So there's the wall of fire towards the back, where the throne is. The Fire Lord is sitting on it, but there's also people kind of standing near him talking. It's not as imposing. There's a lot of food. The central table is kind of fitted with snacks for the time being while they're getting dinner ready. People are still arriving currently, so you won't see everybody that's currently here, but the first people that, with a glance around the room, that you would definitely notice are Tenzin, along with some other members of the Air Nation Council, are there. There is Chief Tonrak, who's currently talking with the Fire Lord. Mrs. Amisato just walked in, so she's very near you, and we'll say hello in a second. There is the new president of the United Republic, President Nezrin, who's also nearer to the Fire Lord. All the leaders of the world are kind of talking to each other. They all seemed like good friends. And that's it from a quick glance, I think. Oh, Yoon and the Bays are in the corner. Playing some music.
hell yeah.
You're welcome, guys.
So Asami, who was in the carpet before you, goes up to you guys and says, "Hey, everybody. I didn't realize you guys were coming. I thought you would be in the in Bossing Say."
Yeah, we kind of finished things up there sooner than we thought. We did what we could. And it
Right.
led us over here, because Tauchi said so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Howden's kind of looking around, trying to avoid eye contact with anyone.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if she sees you.
No, there's no need, because Haru's about to expose her.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no, Haru, please.
Have
Calvin,
you,
hide.
have you met our newest member, Calden?
She's like one leg into like a potted plant trying to
Calden? What are parents are worried sick about you. What have you been doing? I thought you were with Tenzin, and then Tenzin called us to say that you ran away.
What?
Uh,
You
Who
know
who
each
is
other?
this child that you were speaking of? I don't know.
Calden, please come out of that potted plant. We've been worried sick about you.
I'm sorry, Calvin.
Hi.
I feel like I shouldn't have done that.
Come with me.
Uh-oh.
Your parents are over here.
Great.
Parents?
Oh, great.
She kind of starts, puts an arm around Calden, uh starts leading her towards another end of the room.
Hey, my beard. Why would you take that?
If you guys
hi,
are
I'm
looking, you would see people in their airbending attire. Um, uh, an older woman and a man. Both have their airbending mastery tattoos. They were kind of hiding behind the Tenzin squad, so it was harder to see. But as soon as Asami goes over and says, "Janora," they look over um, and immediately run to their daughter.
Oh. Was this a good thing or a bad thing?
Wait, is Janora her mom? What's going on? I'm so confused.
Janora kind of well, Kai picks her up and starts inspecting her for injuries. Um kind of picks her up by the waist and starts like turning her around and being like, "Are you hurt?" And Janora is just running off questions, saying, "Where have you been? Why didn't you tell us anything? Tenzin told us that you left, and then we never heard from you back. And your brother never would have done this." And then she's like,
I
listing
left a
off
note.
questions. What?
But I left a note. The note said, "Gone leaving."
And they're just worried and making sure that you're okay. Um, Asami's the one that spots the mark on your hand. But figures that she'd let you do that conversation. Um, everybody
Mom, I'm
else.
okay. There was something that I had to do. I'm sorry that I didn't tell you.
Everyone else is approached by Chief Tonrak now. After seeing the commotion. And he recognizes everybody and says thank you. Thank you for sending the message to Asami. It was really helpful. Even though for the time being it was helpful, and she helped get all of us out of there. So you have been a big help to the Southern Water Tribe.
Lit.
Ooh, nice use of Fire Nation slang. I like this one.
I'm sad. I hate all of you. Ratna is there.
Oh, rat.
In his fancy clothing, mingling with guests easily. His robot isn't here. Mouse isn't present, but he still has his sword and his special glove by his side. Yeah. I'll let you all decide who you want to talk to.
Okay, so Cowden is like being harassed by her parents, yes?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check on Calvin. I'll be the one that speaks.
Okay. Janora is currently going off on a 100-page essay on why you should always rely on your parents and come home in times of crisis, especially when an apocalypse is around the corner. And there's dark spirits attacking cities, Calden. She's slightly upset, and Kai's just kind of like um rubbing her back, trying to calm her down.
She's just kind of like standing there, like just standing there.
just standing there. Come.
Yeah.
That's what Prince Ian goes up to.
Oh, it's one of these talking twos.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I am a stranger, but I'll be here to support Kelvin. So I'll just kind of
Okay.
like scoot over really awkwardly and give her a little nudge.
When you scoot over, Janora stops, not yelling, but just strictly talking. And she says, "Oh, Prince Tian." She does like a little curtsy.
Aw.
And Kai does a little bow as well.
It's a great honor to meet your daughter.
I thought you were taking the attention off of me.
Yes, I apologize, that you had to, meet our family in such a state.
Well,
I-
go ahead,
no,
Calvin.
I mean, I met him and it was fine, you know? Like, we're buddies, right? Right, Tim? Right?
Yeah, we're probably my new best friend since Rat is
Yeah.
ignoring me tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, so, you know, you can't shout at me because I'm the prince's best friend. So.
She's wearing my necklace.
No homo.
No hetero.
That one.
I don't wanna marry your daughter. We're friends.
Kai's just laughing behind his hand as Sonora's trying to do a woosa. And she's like, where have you been? What have you been doing?
So I got this mark thing, and I think these spirits kept attacking, and I found out that I could do something about it, and then I didn't want to worry you guys, and then I just kind of she kind of just trails off and like stops speaking.
Kai says, "All right, we could talk about this later." And Zenora's like, "Okay."
I'm not going back.
And at that, Janora kind of tenses up a little bit, and then Kai gives her a look, and then Janora gives him a look, and they kind of have this silent conversation with each other. And then she says,
"Hey, you were younger than me when you went gallivanting off in the spirit realm."
"All right, points were made. Okay. I just wanted to know what was going on. But I'm not going to stop you."
I'm sorry I didn't tell you.
And she kind of wraps you up in a hug.
Well,
And then
was
Kai
sweet.
picks up the both of them in his dad hug.
I love they.
What's everybody else doing?
I'd like to talk to Radna, chat it up a bit.
Ratna? Okay.
Please
I
don't call
second
him
that.
Rat. Please don't call him Rat.
I'll go with
Please
Couch.
call him Rat. Please call him Rat.
Okay. He's currently talking to some other nobles, but he goes away to get a snack off the table, which is when you guys can approach him at a socially acceptable time. And he seems just normally broody, you know. You didn't call him rat yet, so he's not gonna run away, but I already have the remote. But yeah, he's at the table kind of picking apart some snacks.
Kaja, would you like to lead, or am I first?
You can go ahead.
All right. So I'm gonna approach and introduce myself again. Hey, Bratna, was it? It's
Yes.
Tauchi,
Nice to meet you.
I'm
and you as
Kaja.
well.
Nice to meet you too. He extends a hand and shakes it. Very practiced meeting.
I return the handshake. So what brings you here, other than we know that you're good friends with the prince, right?
You could say that, yeah. My dad is captain of the guard, and he kind of nudges his head. And there's an older gentleman, with a full beard, and kind of slightly graying hair, who's kind of standing very straight, and off to the side of the Fire Lord.
That's pretty cool. I'm curious about that little robot friend of yours. Where'd you find him?
I made him.
You made him?
Yep. I do inventions and weapons and stuff.
That is pretty awesome, actually.
And he gets a little excited. That people are taking an interest in him for once. And he puts his hand out, the one with the glove, and the sword at his side automatically goes into his hand. And he presses a button and it ignites in lightning.
Oh.
Tauchi's pretty shook right now. I have to say, there's not much like that in Omashu.
There certainly isn't. This is one of a kind. And he puts the sword back so that his dad doesn't come over and yell at him.
Where did you learn to construct like this? This is pretty cool.
Well, I did internships at the Future Industries when I was in school, and then when I got out, I still had well, I kind of made a lab in my dad's house, and I've been teaching myself how to build things.
That's really impressive. I'd totally love to see your lab one day.
Oh, I can take you.
That'd be awesome.
His regular broody behavior is now very excited. And he starts kind of going off on a tangent about like how it works and the technology behind it, and how he kind of learned the technique from the earthbenders, from the metal benders, and kind of infused lightning and earth bending together in order to make the sword. He's kind of like pointing at every section and explaining it to you.
I'm struggling to keep up, but I'm like so genuinely interested.
And Kaj is probably like, what the fuck?
Yeah, she's trying to follow.
Is that Haru? Haru, what are you doing?
Ooh, me.
Mm-hmm. Would you like a recap of who's here?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's the rat. The airbending squad with Tenzin, Janora, Asami, Kai in the corner. There's the Fire Lord, Chief Tonrak, Yoon in the Bays. There's the new president of the United Republic, President Nezrin, who's the politician that you guys interviewed in the cell, who turned himself in, and then he was actually innocent. Yada yada yada.
Oh.
Roll a perception check, actually, just for fun.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That is all you see. Bolin is there.
Oh. So, do I have time to talk to like just one person, or can I go to like two?
You have multiple. It's the dinner is gonna be arriving soon, so you have time to talk to like 2 people, depending on how long you take the conversation.
Then I'll go talk to the new president.
Okay. He's a younger than the previous presidents of the United Republic. Looks like he's in his 20s. And he seems very like Disney cast member happy.
Oh.
where he's like smiling a lot and like waving everybody's hands and trying to like up the mood of the room. He's overall just very charismatic. And he seems a lot less anxious now than he was when you were meeting him, but you also met him in a jail cell, so you know.
Oh. This is Nezrin, right?
Yeah.
Oh. Then I'm just gonna go up and be like, hey Nezrin, what's going on?
Oh, you're here. Oh my gosh, I can't thank you enough. And he starts like shaking your hand. You guys really helped me a lot. Back in Republic City, I wouldn't be president without you guys. So,
Yeah, I can see that by you not being in the jail cell anymore.
yeah, I certainly didn't belong there. It was confusing times.
Yeah, that's for sure.
How did your search go with the airbender that you guys are asking me about?
Oh. Yeah, things work themselves out.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Oh god.
I never learned their identity. Did you guys figure that out? Is she in jail now?
I can't remember her name right now.
Oh, okay. Roll a deception.
But what if I really can't?
Oh. Okay. Says, yeah, that's fair. As long as it's sorted out is all that matters. Is the rest of your group here?
Oh yeah, they're just talking around to people. Apparently
that's
some of
good.
them know others here already.
Shade.
Well, I was recently talking to Bolin. I'm a huge fan of his movers. That was pretty exciting for me. Um
Oh yeah, I've seen like one of those before.
Oh, you have? Which
Yeah.
one?
You know, it was one my
It's named
grandparents used to
Grimdom.
watch. I
Ah.
think it was like Nuktuk or something.
Oh, that's the original. That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know how he does now, but that one sure was it was entertaining.
Oh, very historic and accurate too.
Uh-huh.
Oh god. Okay. He starts nodding. Um. What is your plan now? I heard you guys were defeating dark spirits. Uh, do you know how to do that? Or all of
Oh.
the leaders up there are talking about what they're gonna do in case the dark spirits attack, but nobody really knows anything about that. Do you guys know anything?
Oh. Actually, I don't know. This you could probably help on this front, but if you could like talk to them about like spirit tech, because them using the spirits and all isn't exactly helping the dark spirit situation. I think it's actually making the spirits angry, and that's kind of part of the reason there's so many.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I I s- I'll talk to um I'll talk to Spirit Tech then.
Oh, I don't know if they're exactly gonna. You know what? Yeah, you can try that, but I don't know if you'll get much progress
Well, he kind of adjusts his tie. I'm the president. I have some lineage.
That's true. It's just, you know, their spirit tech.
Right.
Their whole basis is using spirits.
Well, they ran into a little trouble with one of their employees. If we can prove that their methods aren't ethical, then we can shut them down.
Oh, I actually would you what's his name?
The employee that was fired, Herrick Gidon, the lead
Oh,
researcher.
funny you say that name. Kind of ran into him. Kind of attacked us using
E-
spirits.
Oh, well,
Mm-hmm.
then he doesn't seem like a reliable witness for us then.
You know, but he can from our witnesses or whatever. He's using spirits as weaponry now, so pretty sure that's bad.
I see. Do you have any idea where he is?
We're actually searching for him right now,
Oh,
which is kind of what led us in this direction.
here in the banquet?
No, just here on this part of the world.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
no. I don't know if he's gonna be here. Though that I didn't even think about that. Oh no.
Well, I don't think so. There's a lot of security here, but I'll see about what I can do with Spirit Tech.
Okay, that would be a big help.
And he kind of nods, and excuses himself. I'd say at about this time, the servers are kind of entering into the room and clearing out the snacks from the table and setting up plates and stuff and bringing in chairs for people to sit on. At around this time also is when Mr. Renzen J himself enters the room, fashionably late as always. He kind of bursts through the doors with the sort of cocky walk about him. And he kind of starts talking to people and saying, "Oh, hey, you're here, and oh, they just let anybody into these events these days." And goes around, and he spots all of you guys. And says, "Ah, my saviors," and he snaps his fingers, and a couple of his assistants hand you cards, and he says, "Here, a 15% off discount for your next purchase," and then he starts walking.
And I immediately tear mine. Thank you.
And he starts walking to the important guests of the hour, which are the Fire Lord and the leaders, and starts talking to them, and they all are immediately uncomfortable. Um, Iroh whispers a no.
Okay.
um,
Cam does
but-
like a finger guns. And then turns back to the food.
but there's a ring of a bell, and he stands up, grateful for the distraction, so he doesn't have to talk to Renzen. And he says, "Guests, dinner will be served. Please go to your seats." And to the guards, kind of pick up his throne, and move him to the head of the desk.
Him up.
No, they probably
Like, just,
do.
like, by the end.
Where is everyone sitting?
I'm sitting next to Lucian wherever he's sitting.
Yeah, I'm like just like clearing out someone else who's about to sit. I'm like, no, go away. Kaladin's sitting here.
Well, you would be sitting next to your dad, and there would be the captain of the guard next to you. So you tell him to fuck off.
Can you please move? My friend wants to sit here.
Of course. And he bows and moves
Thank
to
you.
the next chair.
Come on, Kaladin.
Go.
Where is everyone else sitting?
I'm gonna try to sit next to Ratna.
Okay. Aki's gonna sit next to you because it is as far away as possible from her dad.
Kaja will just sit with them.
Okay.
I believe acting an embarrassing.
Oh God, where do I sit?
What are you doing?
Yeah, where do you sit, Haru?
Oh no. My friend just putting up that Ratna person didn't seem to like me earlier.
Sit with your new
It's like
president.
high school all over again.
Does Tonrak's table look full?
There's a seat open.
I'll go over there.
Okay.
You know, Water Tribe.
Yeah, Water Tribe represent. He's with Asami and Bolin, as well as some other Water Tribe.
This is the lit table.
This is some
Nice
other...
use of the slang, bro. You're picking it up quick. Woo!
Along with some other Water Tribe people. And they all greet you because they all know you. Um, the Yoon and the Bays start getting turned for dinner and start playing some songs. So you know what time it is.
Time
Oh,
to throw
boy.
it back.
Boop.
Previously on Avatar?
What?
Why?
Okay,
Is
there
it
we go.
playing?
Yeah.
Oh, there. Yeah, nice.
Avatar Roku showed up for like a hot second. It's really weird.
Okay. um. So Tonrak and the gang are talking about. Oh. Who? Oh, it was the bot. I was like, who left? Tonrak and the gang are talking about previous stories of like previous banquets that they were required to attend. Ratna is warming up to Tauchi, and starts telling him about his robot friend, who he did not name. And next to Kaja, is a waterbender, wearing typical Water Nation clothes, is bald, with a little Tony Stark stash. Does he have a Tony? Did I describe that right? No, he's got a little bit of a chin strap, and some tattoos. He looks very imposing, and he's chilling next to you, and he introduces himself to you. He says, "Hello, I am Onar." Very polite in that we're sitting next to each other, so I have to talk to you, kind of
Right.
deal.
Hi, I'm Kaja. That's it.
Nice to meet you, and then he goes back to eating.
Water tribe, huh?
Mhm.
What tribe swag?
Pirate, huh?
No, who said that?
And in Thieves' Cant,
Oh, Lord.
he says hello. And
Great. I'll return it.
And then he knows a fellow worksman when he sees one.
Well, I guess I have to say it's nice to meet you.
Sorry, it's the music.
The musical timing was perfect.
Who are you exactly?
I just told you I'm owner.
Who the
Yes,
fuck
but
are you?
what do you do?
That's a loaded question.
Not everyone is invited to a banquet like this.
Well, I'm a noble, you see, for the Fire Nation capital.
Alright then.
Well, Cowden and Luciana are having a great time.
Oh, absolutely.
God.
I'm pointing people out on the table and I'm like spreading gossip, like, so I heard this thing about this dude. Oh, and she's having an affair with him, and he's having an affair with her brother. Can you believe?
Cowden's like shook.
brother?
She has no idea who.
Hold
any
on.
of these are.
She's having an affair with her brother?
Bi people exist.
Bi people exist.
What? What? Wait,
Like
no.
the Sonic unmute for that.
Wait, what? Is it her brother or someone else's brother? Because I'm concerned.
It's someone else's brother.
Oh,
Not
okay,
like her
that's
brother.
why.
Sorry.
That's why I was like, excuse me?
Mm.
Thought it was like Cersei Lannister, you know?
Oh no. So I'm just, talking to Calvin. I'm
Mhm.
giving her like different drinks to try. Like, have you ever tried this? Try it. If not, it's okay.
God is having a great time. Just like
I'm trying to picture. Tao Chi and Kaja roll perception for me.
Okay.
oh,
I mean, Tachi's drink. Oh.
Aki's
Oh,
fine.
nice.
So Kaja, I mean Tauchi, you're talking with Ratna, so you're not like listening in on other things. Kaja, your conversation with Honor isn't going anywhere because he doesn't seem very charismatic. But you're able to hear from the table behind you is the Air Nation squad. Chief Tonrak is like on the table a couple of steps away. But behind you is Tenzin, and he's talking very excitedly about his new protege. And how he's never seen so much talent in an airbender before, and he's kind of like boasting to the other council members. Aki's just in her mood in her food, so she doesn't hear anything.
She missed that good Fire Nation shit. Yeah.
Kaja, since you rolled a nat 20,
Uh-huh.
you would hear Zilla's name.
Can I like nudge Aki to like stop shoving her face with food and like
Huh? Hmm?
Did you hear what it was Tenzin, right? Tenzin.
Yeah.
Did you hear what Tenzin said?
No.
Of course you didn't. He brought up Zilla.
Zilla? She turns
Oh.
around.
Not Zilla.
Tenzin, Tenzin hears, yeah, he hears, and he kind of leans over, says, do you know her?
Quite well, I'd say, considering we met her back in Republic City.
Oh. She, doesn't tell me much about where she's been.
Mm. Well, I'm not gonna say anything.
um, and Tenzin kind of looks at Aki. Do you know her the same way? And Aki just nods, like, yeah. And Tenzin goes back to his table.
Good to know she's doing all right. But you know, I don't want to be the one to expose her. So.
Alright. I think that is all, unless you guys want to talk during dinner. Anybody?
Oh, me and Luciana are having a great conversation.
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely.
Kai really loves you in the base. He's like getting it down.
Is he doing like the dad
In his
dance?
chair. Yeah, he's doing the dad dance in his chair.
Is there alcohol at this thing?
There is.
Oh. Fun.
Oh, I asked Cowden if she wants to check out my pet dragon after the banquet.
I would love to check out your pet dragon after the banquet.
Oh,
It
nice.
sounds like a euphemism, but okay.
It's not. No. Fucking Iro 2 is just looking over like, what the fuck?
She's a lesbian, it's fine.
I'm gay. It's fine.
Everything you've done so far sounds like a euphemism.
What? No. We're just each other's beards for the night, okay?
Ratna offers to show Tauchi his lab.
Oh, that's not a euphemism, is it?
That's
huh?
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what's in there.
Okay.
It's been a long time since I've seen a lab.
God.
Rat, you make me feel things I haven't felt in a very long time. Would you do the honor in sharing this clown nose with me?
Oh God. Okay. So I'll carry over your nat 20 perception, Kaja, for fun.
Okay. Of course.
Onar,
Mhm.
after he's finished eating and kind of excuses himself, and people are starting to get up out of their chairs, and servers are going in and collecting plates, and Aki's like, no, don't touch mine. And Onar gets up, and as he's walking around, you kind of notice this distaste in one of the waterbender's eyes as he's kind of milling about. It seems like one of the waterbenders doesn't like him very much. Which is expected for people sharing a trade.
Of course.
His necklace, his large kind of amulet thing is where he keeps some water. And he's kind of just like playing with it, kind of like a fidget toy. As he's like walking around and talking to people, very, very kind. Not saying a lot of words, but just enough to show people that he's nice and cares.
Should I just like take note of this waterbender man or person? I should say that
Well,
doesn't like him.
you're aware of who doesn't like him,
Mm,
and that everybody else seems to like him.
okay.
Alright. Renz and Jay. The bitch of the hour gets approached by President Nezrin after his conversation with Haru.
Huh?
President Nezrin is approaching Renz and Jay now.
Oh.
And the conversation starts quiet, unless you are going to approach them. None of you are able to hear what they're talking about. But eventually, there's a bot. Eventually, the president, or the CEO, kind of scoffs very loudly and says, "How dare you?" In a loud voice.
Oh.
And some heads turn. Um, uh, especially that of Iroh, kind of approaches the two of them and says, "All right, let's take this away from the festivities." Um, and as he's doing that, the CEO kind of pushes the Fire Lord away, which gets some gasps because he's the Fire Lord.
Oh, Tien gets up. He's ready to fight.
He kind of pushes the Fire Lord away and says, "None of you have any authority to hold over me." Just very loud, and rude. And he kind of points at Tonrak from across the room and says, Did you have anything to do with this? Spreading rumors about my company around? What about you, Asami?" And he's just, as he's talking, he's a little drunk. And the way that he's walking kind of stumbles a little bit. Kind of milling about and says, "After I fire one squeaky mistake, now everybody's accusing me." And he starts walking over and pointing at Asami and says, "Is this just a ploy to get your company out of the gutter?" And Asami kind of stands up very politely, and says, "I don't need to get my company out of the gutter when yours is headed in that direction."
Aunt Asami went for the throat.
Yeah.
And Chief Tonrak just kind of goes, "Oof," from where he's sitting.
All our reactions were in character, by the way.
Yeah.
Janora and Kai are kind of just looking on with wide eyes. And everybody in the banquet is now looking at the commotion that is going on. And the band stops playing. It's kind of like a record scratch,
Yeah.
which is everybody's kind of looking. And then Fire Lord Iroh is just panicking and kind of walks up between the two of them and he says, "All right, I apologize, everybody, but the festivities for today are over." Um, and the CEO kind of slaps his hand away, and saunters off. So yeah. Asami takes her things. She doesn't seem very bothered. Um, the CEO is kind of just loudly talking to his assistant about how people have the audacity to talk to him that way. And he's kind of escorted by some guards to his room. And the guests kind of are just like murmuring to themselves about what just happened until Fire Lord Iroh opens the doors, and people start getting escorted out. So, what is everyone doing?
I'm baby.
Your baby?
What?
I've been sitting at this table with all the adults. They're talking. Suddenly, Angry Man yells at one of them. I'm just sitting there. I'm baby.
Alright. Well, you guys are
Callie does
getting
not very
escorted out.
Wha-
Unless you're the prince.
Oh, Calvin.
Prince
Oh.
does whatever he wants.
I'm following Calvin.
Okay.
I feel like we have things to talk about.
We sure do.
Like a lot of things that suddenly came up during a banquet.
Like so much happened in this last minute of the banquet.
It's like, I know I was gonna take you to the dragon pens, but do you want to go back to your friends, or?
Oh, do you guys mind if I go see the dragon?
I don't mind at all. I
I
feel like I might need the
am
walk
gonna
to
use
cool off.
I'm gonna use the commotion to kind of tug away at Ratna and say,
Oh.
I think now's
Oh.
our chance. If you wanna head out for a bit.
Oh.
Alright.
Oh.
Did you want to bring any of your friends?
No, I think they're fine.
Okay.
Interesting. How'd she
You're,
getting a man?
That's
I
what
want to go to
Tachi
the
deserves.
dragon pen.
Oh, well, talk to Calvin.
Mostly just to see Scooter.
Come. Aki is gonna go to her room.
Yeah, I might as well
Okay.
just leave.
She's a little sad.
Oh,
Sad and angry.
should I
Sangry.
initiate an awkward, like, emotional
Mad.
conversation?
You
Like-
can try.
Like, hey, you doing alright?
No.
Well,
Yeah. I mean, your dad was kind of being an idiot.
Yeah.
It's
Very eloquent.
probably tough.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm not good at this kind of thing, but if you need anything, I mean, I guess we're friends. Shut up.
I'll keep that in mind.
Cool.
The worst people for this. The most emotionally shut off. The one that doesn't know how to initiate. Come. Aki just goes to her room to lay in bed. Ratna takes Tauchi to his car. And then drives off to his house. His dad has to stay behind to do captain of the guard stuff, especially after tensions during the dinner.
Yeah, he does.
And yeah, so he takes you to back to his place, and it's a very like Asami like mansion, but not as big or extravagant. Like a lower side mansion, you know.
Mhm.
And then towards the back there's the little shed that has like the Into the Spider-Verse elevator. Where it like looks bad on the outside, but then when you get in it's like this really fancy like laboratory of sorts. And there's like pipes coming out of the walls. It has one of those like what are like the Tesla coils. It's like the lightning rod, and it's like shooting off in a glass container. And he started showing off his inventions. Mouse is here, and he kind of beeps up back to life when Ratna enters.
Hey, little dude.
You get a wave.
Oh, wow. Where did you find the time to make all of this?
I'm not very much of a people person, so I spend a lot of time down here,
That's fair.
kind of just like awkwardly going from foot to foot. Um, and then he's and then he pulls out a deck of cards and says, "You want to see a magic trick?"
Sure.
um, and and then he shuffles the cards, tells you to pick one.
Alright. I'm gonna pick second to the last card on the left.
Okay. Let me roll some sleight of hand checks. Holy shit! Just so that everyone is clear as to what these are, I'm gonna put them in Tangano's chat.
Oh.
So like you can roll perception if you want.
I mean,
Just for funsies. Okay. So you pick a card, and then he kind of he uses his body to kind of move your
Oh, yeah,
attention
yeah.
towards to what he's actually doing.
oh.
And then he puts the card back on top of the deck, uh, and then moves the card to the bottom of the deck, um, and then he flips one of the cards from the middle, and it turns out that it's the card you chose, and then he puts it back towards the bottom, and he starts doing like very similar tricks like that to you until eventually he pulls one out of your ear.
What? How did it even fit in there?
He pulls one out of your ear, and then his grand finale is that the card is actually in Mouse. Mouse opens up his little container that's in his stomach, and the card is in there.
Wow. That I've never seen anyone do something like that.
Thank you. I do magic shows.
I'd love to go to one day. Where do you
Well,
perform?
I perform in the touristy area. That's where you guys saw me earlier. But sometimes I go to Republic City and do shows there.
That is really cool.
Ratauchi.
So what do you do when you're not performing or inventing?
I don't know.
Is there something you want to do?
Right now.
Just in general. Any life goals?
No, not really. I kind of got this mark and figured I would just keep doing whatever I wanted until the end of the world happened.
About that, I think you have a lot more potential than you're realizing. And I really do think it's a shame that you can't meet your full performance.
That's what Rava said.
Listen, are you even trying to like?
I don't want to risk my life for something that's just gonna end up badly anyways.
You want to have fun, don't you?
Yes.
Well, I think most of the world does. And that's partially why I'm fighting, is that everyone deserves a chance at a life. And why not extend those chances by, fighting a cause worth fighting for and saving humanity.
Have you been in the base and go fighting for cover?
No. He kind of just looks down at the floor and then looks back up and says, I don't really care for people when they haven't extended that kindness towards me.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So if the whole world wants to die, then I'm not going to stop it.
Hold on. I was.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have a lot to offer this world. And I want you to believe that the world deserves a chance to see what you have to offer. And I want to see more of what you have to offer.
This sounds so much like a euphemism. I can't.
And there are alternative methods of help. We could always use technology. You can aid us in help constructing weapons. There doesn't have to be a frontline assistance per se.
So you want me to help you guys?
It would not be unappreciated. I've seen what you can do, and it's incredible.
I need more time to think about that. But I can give you an answer later if you guys aren't leaving so soon.
I don't mind waiting for you. I'm gonna take a couple steps forward and see if he backs away at all.
Let's see. So Ratna doesn't know what's going on. So he's just gonna stand there and confused as to why you're approaching him.
Alright, so I'm going to go in for a hug. And in as calming of a voice as I can say is, oh my god. I understand that the world is not the best place, but the people we meet makes a really great difference in our lives. And I totally understand that that takes time and that takes effort. And I would really appreciate you to just think about taking that chance and opening up, at least to me.
Alright, shut up. He kind of tenses up when you hug him because he's like, "What the fuck is this?" Which is his affection. And he kind of relaxes as you start talking, and kind of leans into the hug a little bit. And then eventually he hugs back, and says, "Okay, I can, and he kind of like pushes away. I can help. If you,
Why is this music getting so
that's what's going on in his head. If you would like my help, then, I'll join you guys."
I'd like that a lot.
Oh yeah, he will.
Sarah.
I'd also like to see you sometime when this is all over.
Let's see if he knows me. Oh. He kind of takes a step back. He's like, wait a second. And he kind of turns around. And then he turns back. And then he turns around. And then turns back. Okay.
Okay?
Do you, do you want that right now?
Not unless you want to. I get if you don't want to rush things.
Okay. Yeah, that's no rush.
I'd like that a lot. It's a date.
Aww. And he kind of gets very happy. And then doesn't know what to do on a date, so he kind of just goes around and shows you his lab. He's good, pointing at everything. And then eventually he's gonna hold your hand.
Oh, that's.
My hand's gonna be a little sweaty because of that conversation. I'll
Okay.
wipe it off as much as I can and then go back.
What's everybody else doing while they're having their date?
Well, I'm taking Calvin to see the dragons.
Wasn't I going to Scooter?
Yeah, you're going scooter.
Is that like in the same place they're going? Are we like walking together? What's going on?
You could. It's the same place. You're emotional?
I'm so shook. That really happened.
I'm happy.
My heart's racing.
So are we walking together?
Yeah.
Cause Luke's head is gonna like loop his arm with Calden, and he's just gonna casually talk with her. and address
That
Haru.
sounds
Like,
Haru is also there.
like, oh, hey, I don't think I've talked to you at all.
Yeah, I'm Haru, in case you didn't know.
I don't think you gave me a name when we first met. It's a pleasure to meet you, Haru.
Haru's just kind of like the eyes emoji.
This is over. Goodbye, everybody.
Can we put that on stream, Indy?
No.
No.
I don't want it in there. I want to have my moment with Haru and Calvin, please.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I've waited 2 seasons for this.
Okay, I'll let you talk while I go to the bathroom.
Okay, thanks, God. So, Water Tribe, huh?
Yeah, that's where I'm from, where I plan to be.
North
Well,
or
actually-
south?
South. You know, my people are kind of here and there because of what happened in the south, right?
Yeah, I'm well aware. I'm just so glad that Asami was able to contact my father and help arrange everything.
Yeah, Sami's a lifesaver.
So, do you need help finding your family? I could send some guards out tonight and they could look around.
I think I should be able to find them, but if you want to just find out where exactly they are, that'd be helpful.
Yeah, I could do that. Anything to help the people who are going to help the avatars. My great-grandfather would have probably done.
Your great-grandfather.
I think it's great-grandfather. Wait, what would Zuko be? Great-grandfather?
Yeah,
Great-great-grandfather?
great-grandfather.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, great-grandfather.
As my great-grandfather would have. Yeah, thanks.
Oh.
Wait, yeah, because Iris. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's Ira the second, and then my grandmother, and then yeah, okay, we got it.
I was trying to do math.
Don't we all?
So,
I love how Cowden's literally just standing there.
Don't worry, you're about to be addressed.
Oh, okay, great.
So, Cal, how... Your parents, huh?
Yeah, so I may have made a mistake in not telling them, and then it just kept getting later and later, and I was like, well, I can't tell them now. And then I just kind of never told them, and you know how it is.
Well, I mean, I don't really. I kind of tell my dad everything.
Sorry about that.
But better to tell your parents now.
Yeah, better for them to find out now instead of me putting it off even. So I guess I should be thanking you, Haru.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know.
I'm not gonna thank you. But I should be.
I didn't even know Janora was your mom. I literally met with her before even heading to where I found you.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. So, probably because I didn't tell anyone. I didn't really, want that whole situation.
Well, it's in the past now, and things seem fine. So, things are fine, right, with your parents?
Yeah, things are fine. Things are fine.
Okay, that's good.
Cowden like desperately wants to be a wingman, but she literally has no idea how to do it. He's like, I got you here. Like, what else am I meant to do?
So, is it exciting being a spirit warrior?
It's not the life I thought I'd be living, but it sure is full of adventures. I mean, I never thought I'd have a dragon one day, and now I have Scooter.
Speaking of, how much further is this place?
Oh, it's just up ahead. We have to go through this pavilion.
Yeah?
Time to Google what a pavilion is.
Sorry.
Oh, Sonic. Are you
A
actually?
hotel? A summer house? Oh my god.
Right.
What?
I don't know. It's the only word that came to mind.
A highly decorated projecting subdivision of a building. Oh,
I thought it was just
Look, we're going
You
under
know-
an archway or something.
yeah.
wow. Love the scenery.
Tien is now walking backwards so he can look at Haru and Calden at the same time.
If Tegan walks in, if Tegan walked into something right now, that would be very funny.
I, uh, God, please don't make me.
Where are you guys heading?
Go see the dragons.
Oh, there's nothing there.
Thank God.
Okay.
Trip over a rock.
No.
No, it's outside. Why would there be a rug outside?
There are rocks everywhere outside.
That's true. There are rocks everywhere.
Oh, I thought you said rug.
Oh no,
Okay.
rocks.
Like carpet rug.
Mm. Who knows? This is the Fire Nation. They can have rugs wherever they want.
Yeah, that's true.
Did you
So-
always live in this palace?
Well, yeah. I was raised here. I left for a little while to go train in Sun Warrior City.
Oh, how was that?
It was pretty exciting. I learned all sorts of things. I'm very good with swords.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not I'm not exactly a firebender, so it was very interesting to adapt to the techniques.
Wait, the Fire Prince isn't a firebender?
Nope. And then
I mean, Aunt Asami isn't a bender.
I pop open a little water flask at my side and throw water at Haru.
Ah!
I just bend it at him.
Oh, I think you just threw it.
No.
He just like splashes it in his face. Like,
Is Haru
That's-
gonna react, or is he just gonna let it happen? Make a dex saving throw, actually. That'd be funny.
Yeah. Oh boy, I hope I fail.
Oh. It like touches you for a second before you bend it away.
Oh, you almost ruined my new outfit.
I would have been
Well, you
fine.
didn't.
We could have pulled the water out together.
Oh.
Oh.
God, it's like, should I go? Or...
Yeah, like, am I meant to still be here?
So wait, where's there a waterbender in your family?
Well, I don't think there is any. My other dad died, and I don't. And he kind of gets like nervous and like scratches at the back of his neck a little bit.
No, it's fine. You don't gotta say anymore.
I'm
Huh.
I'm a little bit on the adopted side.
Oh. who I was. It was my mom and my dad that was adopted. It was one of them. You know, no, it's fine. My grandpas are gay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really nice that we can all be gay now. You know.
For now,
Uh,
you never know.
Well, I certainly don't intend to implement anything that wouldn't allow it, nor would my
Okay.
father.
Yeah, just shh.
What, Calden?
Calden, yes.
You're rambling, honey.
Oh. Well, you know,
Oh,
sure am.
So, how
You're
about
at the
those
dragon now.
dragons?
Yeah, look,
Okay.
do you guys want to see my dragon?
Mhm.
It's not a euphemism.
It's like getting close to midnight for me. I don't think I'm in the right state of mind anymore.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
sure.
Alright, I'm gonna.
Hey,
I'm
you
gonna
can show each other your dragons.
Ooh, Tian's just gonna like make a face and look at the ground, then summon his dragon. He does a cool little thing where he throws some water in the air, and then the dragon just fucking swoops down and breaks it apart, so it rains on them a little bit. But then he does some little water bending and collects all the water and puts it back.
Ooh.
He's showing off, mostly to Calvin.
Nice.
They're friends.
Cowden is very impressed.
Nice trick. I haven't taught Scooter anything yet.
Do you know how to train a dragon?
No. Only got him recently.
Well,
Um,
I could teach you.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm sure Dad wouldn't mind if I skipped a
Cowden's
few
kind of like
lessons.
wandering around, like she's kind of left them just to go look at the dragon.
Yeah, Tian's dragon is chilling with Calden now.
Scooter is just chilling in the cave, so you're gonna have to go to him.
Okay.
Mhm.
Tian will follow to go see Scooter. He's interested in the scooter.
I'm just gonna be calling like Scooter, Scooter, as I just like walk.
He
Trying to
comes
find-
out eventually. More at the noise that's happening as opposed to him knowing his own name.
So, does he know his own name?
I think he's still learning it.
Yeah, I could help you with that.
I think I've only had Scooter for like a few months, maybe a month.
I've
Well,
only
he's-
had Skidder for a month and a half. I think
It's been about a month and a half, yeah.
Oh, he's a
Oh,
very
yeah.
impressive dragon. You're very lucky.
Yeah, I got him by helping Asami in Berlin when I was staying in Republic City.
You've been around, haven't you, Haru? You know about as many people as I do.
Yeah, it's just gonna blame Rava for that.
It must be exciting, though, getting to help save the world.
You meet so many people that you just normally wouldn't. You learn so much about them and their lifestyles. Like, where was it we were just at?
Weren't you in Bossing Say?
No. It was before Bossing Say. I think it was like some spirit.
Oh, the Spirit
Spirit
Isle?
Island.
Was that where? Calden. It was Calden around.
Was she?
Is Calden like? No, is Calden like around Haru and Tien?
Oh. Oh no, she's very distracted by the dragon.
Uh, I can't remember what it was, but it's where I met Calden. Apparently, there's this whole like island area of where people just let people stay the night, total strangers. It was
Yeah, the Spirit
fun.
Islands.
Oh, yeah.
I've wanted to go there for a while now.
It's a pretty nice place. The it's definitely different from where I've been. Ah,
Did you fall, Haru? Are you okay?
Haru trips on a pebble.
Lieutenant catches him.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's a little rocky up here.
this draws Cowden's attention. She
Uh,
just kind of like looks over and is just like, oh, okay.
So, how long will you guys be staying in the Fire Nation?
Oh, I have no idea. Could be just tonight, could be a week, who knows? It's
Oh,
kind of how life is for me now, never really knowing when or where I'll be.
that sounds honestly so exciting. Do you want to switch lives for a day? You can be the Fire Nation prince, and I'll run around with Rava's mark on my hand.
Oh. You know, if only we just looked a little more similar, maybe we could have done a little swap.
Oh, we could get your hair done with my royal hairdressers.
Oh, that sounds fun. I've never had something like that.
Oh, we could. I mean, I would imagine you two would be busy tomorrow, but if you weren't, would you want to have breakfast with me and get your hair done and just kind of hang out?
Yeah.
Calden, you could come too if you want.
What?
Would you like to have breakfast with me and Haru tomorrow morning?
I think I have plans. You two have a fun time.
Okay.
You possibly have plans. Oh, what?
She's been here a day, but she has plans, okay?
I mean, she did run into her parents.
Yeah, she's having breakfast with her parents.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, fair enough. So,
What's her deception like? Okay.
I'm gonna need Kaja to roll a perception check and for Tauchi to roll an arcana check.
Oh,
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
Ah,
fantastic.
And don't worry about it.
Oh,
Oh wait,
God.
Aki's also with Cotton.
Huh,
Don't worry about it.
wow.
So while Kaja and Aki can have their bonding whenever Sean comes back.
Okay.
But so you have all split the party. Which you know, first rule of D&D or whatever. But
don't do that.
Tauchi, your pull in the direction doesn't seem to be leading anywhere. Like you can still feel it inside of you, but it's not like prominent as it was before. It's kind of hard to tell. Your internal compass is failing a bit. You might need to check it. Kaja, you notice nothing. It's almost too quiet, really. Um, it's really nice in the room. You know, there's some snacks there. Um, it's not until you start to fall asleep that someone enters the room. But
Wait,
since
what?
you are asleep, and so is Aki, neither of you notice this person enter. They kind of go in and go out super quickly, and it's like they were never there.
Huh.
And that's where we're ending the session.
Oh.
This is fun.